Hello. Today we're exploring a bit of the procedural generation inside my game, LifePods. Alright. Um, Now, I'm going to go around. Keep in mind there's a bit of optimization still needed to be done, so there might be lag, but particularly when we're going to load new chunk. But yeah. Um, First thing I want to point out is the roads. So, we should go to somewhere where there's a bit less building. Let's go here. Yes, LifePods is here. So you have the normal terrain, which is here, and then you have the roads. Roads are not just asset passed over the terrain; they're directly deforming the terrain around ourselves. So it's going to take an average of a few plot points. So this here is going to take the average of that point, that point, that point on there, and that point on there, and it's going to do that all along the road, and that's how it's smoothed out on the curve. When you see, and it's digging out here is because the average is lower than the actual term. It's also doing an average between two roads if they meet, and they always try to be a little bit lower than the actual ground. That's why usually there's a dip down here. But yeah, since last time I've shown the game, I've added a bunch of uh, assets that spawn a bit everywhere. Most notably the street sign and street light that uh, spawn each side of the roads, uh, and also random crap and trash uh, outside of the roads. But let's step out of the middle of the map to actually show generation. As you can see, generation is happening right now. So there is more. Yeah, building as spawning as you walk close to the edge. So once it be more optimized, it should look better, but right now it's estimation we do. Still, it's a good look. It's a good way to look at what's going on. For example, this hole here is another of way deformation is happening. This is where building will soon spawn, and the reason why it's doing that is so that there's not too much sand inside the building. Just found. For example, if there's a building on the side of a hill, what's going to happen is this. It looks like sand is pouring out of the windows and going inside and getting stuck in the corner of the rooms. What it's doing actually is just uh, blurring all the terrain under the buildings. And I could have removed completely the sand, but I decided that it looked cool that some of the sand still spilled into the so yeah, that's another way the terrain is generated. What else can we show? Right. Before the street were all in 90 angles, but right now there's a small chance a street's going to spawn in a different angle. For example, that one. This is not a straight in 90 degree. It's slightly angled. And this gives a more interesting layout of the city. You're not always going to see the perfectly straight roads. Instead, you have all kind of weird stuff. But yeah, there's more trash around where you live near building. If we try to we step out the city, um, when there's no building, there's less stuff and trash on the ground. And one way I will know that we're outside the city is some specific building I'm looking for. But yeah, as I'm saying, just the observation should go faster. But yeah, this building is only spawning where you're not too close from your building. Well, it looks close, but it's at least a number of meter between those two structures. And if these are spawning, it means that we're not close from a building. Could increase it if I wanted something that only spawn far in the desert. I could increase the distance. But yeah, these will not spawn really close from the building. While there's more trash when you're small, closer from the building. In particular, this trash bin, which spawn a bunch of trash are all around it, only happens near a building. Yeah. But yeah, it makes quite a difference. And we're also showcasing in this video the different skybox and cloud. This would be a rainy day, which should be a rare occurrence, but it gives a different look. There will be also different music when the weather is going to change. Now what we can see in the distance is unloaded truck. I used to be there, that's the spawn location with a few pre-placed items. And it got unloaded because too much stuff loaded at the same time. It's going to be hard for your computer. But I think even now I could increase the distance. Also, there could be some caching happening. We will also help with that. In your case, I wanted to also showcase a small, well, I say small, different interesting and important feature we added to the game is repairing the LifePods. So in the game, you're going to find some LifePods like these, and inside of them there's other survivors, and you can see what's going on with it. So the algae tank is expired. You can see that by seeing that's all black, while my own lifeboat was green. So in order to fix that, what we can do is take out one of these tank, brown, and fetch a good one. You walk slower with 1 minimum hand, so now keep putting it back. Yes, understand. You should be able to hire a new NPC. Oh, there's a bike. Sorry. Alright, that's all I wanted to show. See you next time for another update here.